Hey guys, before we go into the email writing discussion, I would like to state some of the things they are testing you for so that you know how to prepare yourself better. They are testing you for different things. They are testing for your task fulfillment. So make sure you are reading up all the requirements and that you are touching everything. If you miss out any part of the requirements, you are not fulfilling your task fulfillment. And then they are also testing you for your cohesion and coherence. They are trying to figure out how easy it is to understand your write-up, your logical sequencing that you use in your write-up. They are testing you for that. The next thing they are testing for is your grammar. Like, how are you able to structure your grammar? Are you just writing in simple sentence? Maybe my name is this, I full stop, I am from this full stop. No, you can't be doing that at this point. So yes, you can use simple sentence sometimes, but you should be able to mix your write-up with both simple and it's complex sentence. So how you use various kind of sentence, like complex sentence, um present perfect sentence and all, how you're able to use that. They test you for that. The next thing they test you for is your vocabulary. No, you cannot keep using the same kind of vocabulary. If you want to use something like viewpoint now or argument, you can use it in the first part. You use argument. Maybe if there's another reason for you to use it again, you will not use argument again. You will use viewpoint. In another part, maybe you have to use it again. You use perspective. In another part, like my opinion. So it differs. They want to see how broad your vocabulary is. This brings us to the first part of email writing. Like I said, the email can be formal or informal. The first part of the email writing, the first thing you need to do is to, after you have analyzed your question, like you have known all the requirements in the question. So the first thing for you to do in the email is your salutation. Then the type of email you're writing will determine your salutation. If it's formal, then your salutation will be different than when it's to an informal email. If you're writing email to your manager, you can use dear sir, dear ma, or dear manager, or dear, or hi, maybe your manager's name, hi John, I'm writing this email to, depends. And then also your relationship to that person matters. If it's your manager that you work with every day, now you not have to be like, hi manager, my name is, he already knows your name because you work under him. But if you're writing to maybe another organization, you need to introduce yourself. So you, after salutation, you'll be like, hi, so person. So hi, so person. The reason, you now state your purpose. The reason why I'm writing this letter. I'm writing this letter for, if it's your manager, you just go straight to, uh, hi John. Maybe your manager's name is John. I'm writing to let you know that or depends. So because you already have that relationship with, you're not going to start telling your manager, oh my name is, he knows your name. Of course, yes, you're going to have your signature at the end part of your email. So you don't need to start introducing yourself to your manager or also your friend. Your friend already knows you. You'll be like, hey, when you're talking to your friend, the tone is different. Hey Chelsea, hi Norman, how you doing? You're using a different tone. But if it's an external person that you have never had communication with, or even if you have maybe once in a while, you would introduce yourself. This is this person from so place. Be specific. You must say where you are writing from. So I will be discussing the other things that follows after introduction in the coming video because I don't want this video too long. See you in the next video. Bye. To continue the email writing part, after your introduction, and you know what your introduction entails, introducing yourself, establishing your relationship with that person, and then the reason you are writing the email. Three things are in the introduction: introduce yourself, your relationship with that person, and the reason why you're writing. When you're writing, for instance, you say, oh, my name is so NGCA, your full name, right? Maybe your tenant from maybe you're writing to your landlord from unit in apartment. Be specific. You being specific gives you points in it. I am writing this email to you to complain about maybe a leakage in my apartment or something, depending on what they ask you to do. So you have successfully written a good introduction. So the next thing for you to do is for you to give a background story of before you move into the details of your issues that you are trying to complain to your landlord, right? So the background story is the step 2. The details is part 3. So your background story might be like you said 3 days ago, so things happened, and you are able to, and it caused so issues, and then you now go into full details of the issue it caused. So you now start explaining the issues. That's the step 3. Now you have, and these things are in different paragraph, right? So you see, you're creating a sequence, a logical sequence, like I said in my earlier video. You're creating a sequence when you are doing this. So after you have now given the details of what the issue or issues are, then you can now provide a solution or request what you want him to come and do for you, right? What the person will do for you, how to solve that problem. And then after you state a closing, you give it a closing, and then your signature, yours faithfully, your signature. So you can check the next video for a thorough example of a professional email to your landlord in that scenario that I painted, from the beginning to the end, how I would answer that question. You can watch the next video for that example and you can adapt that. However, for those requesting my templates, the various templates I used that I have, I can't give that to you free. You can request for it in my DM and I will send it to you for a token. It's not free, but you can check the example I gave in the next video. It covers everything from the beginning to the end of a professional email writing, but other ones you have to pay for that. So let me give you an example of a formal email. For instance, to your landlord complaining about an issue, you go with, "Hello John, my name is Ngozi. I'm your tenant from unit so in apartment this. I'm writing this email to complain about a leakage in my apartment." That's your introduction now. You stated your purpose. "I'm writing this email to complain about a leakage in my apartment." Introduction done. Now the background. 3 days ago, there was a heavy rainfall and with strong breeze that damaged part of the roof in our building, and being that I am in the topmost floor, now to the details. The leakage caused damages to my wall and also part of my furniture. I would love to, that's the issue. Then your request or your solution you are going to request for. I would love for you to come and examine the apartment and also have it fixed, because from the weather forecast, it is expected to rain in the next 72 hours. I would appreciate if this issue is resolved before the upcoming rain, to prevent more damages to my property. Let me know the expected time that you want to come and examine or have the issue fixed, so that I can plan my schedule accordingly. Yours faithfully, Ngozi, and your surname. But now, I want you to know that this is a formal email, right? If you're talking to your friend, the tone you use to talk to your friend is different. You'll be like, "Hey Chelsea, how are you doing? It's been a long time I spoke to you." It's important for me to state that an important part of email writing is your tone. When you're writing a professional email like that, a formal email like that, your tone is professional, right? Why when you're writing an informal email to your friends probably or family members, your tone will be casual. So your tone should also reflect your mood. If it's a write-up that is stating disappointment, that is about happiness or other mood feelings, let it reflect in what you are writing. Don't let your tone or the tone of your writing be flat. So another important tip is that you remain within the word limit of your write-up, because the word limit for email writing is 150 to 200. No matter what you do, don't exceed 200 and don't write below 150. See you in the next video.